Hello everyone and welcome back. This is the final video of 2020. Today I'm going to be talking about how to buy a used tractor. And I know Stony Ridge farmer Josh has done a video about buying a used tractor, and he goes into a lot of detail. So I'll put the link to his video below. I'm not sure if Neil from Messick's has done one, but if he has, I'll link that below as well. So, without further ado, let's get into today's video. Buying a quality used tractor, or any tractor for that matter, is expensive, and with all the potential problems, you want to be sure you're getting a good deal. Fortunately, by knowing what to check for, you can rest easy knowing that you're buying a dependable used tractor. Give the tractor a thorough inspection, looking for any damage or signs of wear that could indicate it was poorly maintained. Take the tractor out for a test drive and check the hydraulics and PTO, or power takeoff, to make sure they're in good working order. When it comes to finding a used tractor to purchase, visit a farm auction, use classifieds to find an owner trying to sell one, or go to a dealership that guarantees follow-up service. Give the tractor a visual inspection to check for damage and wear and tear. Look over the entire tractor for chipped paint, dents, rust, and other signs of damage. Keep an eye out for mud or dirt that could be a sign that the tractor was poorly maintained or treated. Take note of any issues that you see so you can discuss them with the salesman or the previous owner. While dirt and chipped paint may not affect the performance of the tractor, it can be a sign of deeper problems. If the tractor has a cab, you should also check for mud and dirt inside the cab that could suggest that the previous owner did not properly maintain and clean the tractor. Check the hour meter on the tachometer to see how much it was used. The tachometer is a gauge in the tractor's operator station that provides information such as how fast the engine is running. Find the tachometer on the dashboard and look for the hour meter on it to find out how many hours the tractor has been used. An hour reading of around 1,000 hours is considered to be a broken-in engine in good condition. Hour readings above 3,500 are considered high for a tractor, but many tractors make it up to 10,000 hours and over. Look for spot painting, which may have been used to cover up rust on the tractor. Check for freshly painted areas on the tractor and inspect around and beneath the area for any signs of rust. Look for areas of paint that don't match for signs that the paint is being used to cover up scratches, damage, or rust. A freshly painted tractor doesn't necessarily mean there's any rust or damage, but small spots of paint can mean they're covering up problems. Examine the wiring for any damage or fraying. Check all of the wires in the cab and around the engine. Look for cuts, cracks, or breaks in the sheathing around the wires, as well as any exposed or frayed wires. Look for any wires that were patched up with tape and make sure the tape isn't damaged or peeling. Damage to wiring on tractors is pretty common over time, but any patches or repairs need to be done properly with electrical tape. Exposed or frayed wiring is a sign of poor maintenance and is a potential shock hazard. Turn on the lights and electronics to make sure they're working. Flip on all of the lights on the tractor, including any turn signals or hazard lights, to see that they're in working order. Check all of the gauges and displays to make sure they're working. If the tractor is equipped with a cab, test the radio and any other electronics inside the cab as well. Inspect the tires for cracks, excessive wear, or damage. A little wear on the tires is to be expected for a used tractor, but look for cracking in the rubber and inspect the rims to make sure they aren't bent or damaged. If there is almost no tread left on the tires, they'll need to be replaced, which can affect the price of the tractor. Bubbles or bulges in the tires are a sign that the tractor was stored outside or was not maintained well. View the articulation points for metal shards and grease. The articulation point is the pivot joint on the tractor, which is the major moving part and allows you to turn and use the tractor for various tasks. Look at the articulation point beneath the tractor to make sure that it's well greased and there isn't any rust. Check for small metal shards and they can be a sign of wear or improper maintenance. The location of the articulation point varies depending on the design, but it's generally located on or near the front axle. Start the engine, look for leaks, and listen for knocking sounds. Turn on the tractor to check underneath it for oil leaks and other drips. Check the engine and hydraulic lines for dry rot, leaky, or missing hoses. Look for discolored streaks running down the engine for signs of drips or leaks. Listen for any knocking or scratching sounds in the engine while it runs, which is a sign of damage or wear. Damage inside the engine could lead to very expensive repairs. Tractor tip. Use a mechanic's stethoscope or place a screwdriver onto the tractor and hold your ear up to it to listen for internal knocking sounds coming from the engine. Check the oil and fluid levels in the engine and make sure the oil and fluid levels are stable. Pull out the oil dipsticks to make sure there's enough oil and it isn't cloudy or dirty. Check the coolant and any other fluid levels to make sure there aren't any leaks. Low or empty fluid levels are a sign of poor maintenance or potential leaks. Test drive the tractor to see how it handles. Start up the engine and drive the tractor around to get a feel for how it handles and how comfortable it feels to sit in it. Take note of how the seat feels and take note of the grip on the steering wheel and anything else you notice while you're driving it. Pay attention to how easy or difficult it is for you to get in and out of the tractor as well, because it's probably something you're going to have for a long time. Turn the steering wheel both directions to make sure it's tight. While you're test driving the tractor, use the steering wheel to turn it in different directions to make sure it's functioning properly. Check for looseness in the steering, which can be a sign that the steering pins are damaged. If the steering is difficult, the steering pins or mechanisms may be damaged or need to be greased. Damaged steering pins need to be replaced in order for the tractor's steering to function properly. Check the clutch if the tractor has a manual transmission, and check the brakes when you drive. If the tractor has a hydrostatic transmission, make sure it doesn't lurch or you don't hear scraping sounds when you're driving at higher speeds. And if it's a hydrostatic transmission, make sure it runs in all the gears as well, or all the ranges, because hydrostatic tractors usually have 2 or 3 ranges, low and high or low, medium, and high. If it's a standard transmission, shift the gears as you drive and listen for scraping sounds that would indicate damage or wear. Press on the brakes while you drive to make sure they're working and there isn't a screeching noise. Some wear and tear is normal for used tractors, but premature or early wear could be a sign of poor maintenance, which could mean there are other issues with the tractor. Worn brakes can be replaced by a tractor mechanic. Start up the PTO and check to make sure it's rotating smoothly. The PTO, or power takeoff, is a rotating shaft that powers attachments that you can hook up to your tractor, such as rotary cutters, finish mowers, tillers, and post hole diggers. There will be a lever or knob in the operator station to turn the PTO on and inspect it while it's on to make sure it's rotating smoothly and there aren't any scratching or knocking sounds. Damage or problems with the PTO can render the tractor useless if you can't use attachments for your tasks. Tractor tip. Have a friend or the seller drive the tractor around slowly so that you can see the PTO rotate to make sure it's working properly while the tractor is in motion. And cycle the hydraulics to make sure the pump is functioning. With the tractor still, raise the loader or 3-point hitch and hold it steady to see that it's functioning and can support the weight. Listen for air leaking out near the hydraulics to make sure there aren't leaks or poor seals, which are costly to repair. Find a price of a new tractor of the same make or model, or a new tractor of the same make and equivalent size and capacities. Search online or consult a catalog of tractors for sale. Identify the selling price of brand new tractors so you have a maximum price for the make and size of the used tractor that you're considering. Look at the websites of tractor dealerships or manufacturers of the prices of new tractors. Look up the prices of similar used tractors for comparison. Tractor House is a great resource to use for this, and I'll have the link for it down in the description. And no, this video is not sponsored by Tractor House. Look at listings online or at other farm auctions of the same or similar types of used tractors to find out how much they're being sold for. Compile a list of similar used tractor prices so you can have a reference when it comes to time to purchase one. If you can't find the exact same make and model, use the same type or the same year. For example, if you can't find the same John Deere utility tractor that was manufactured in 2007, just look up the same model. Create a price range with new and used tractors of the same type. Use the price of an unequipped new tractor as the maximum price. Then take the asking prices of used tractors to create a price range you can use as a reference when you're negotiating prices or shopping for a used tractor. Tractor tip: check the descriptions and used tractor listings for mentions of wear and tear such as brakes or rust to use them as references for any wear and tear on the used tractor that you're considering. Take into account any wear and tear on the used tractor. If the used tractor you're considering has chipped paint and a lot of hours on it, then the value of the tractor is going to be lower. Look at the prices of the used tractors on the lower end of your range and use them as references when you're negotiating prices. Factor in the cost of repairs such as repainting or replacing tires when you're pricing used tractors. Have the used tractor appraised to find its real value. Search online for an appraisal company near you that you can hire to come inspect the used tractor you're considering purchasing. You can also order an appraisal through an online company such as Iron Solutions or Fastline, which will determine the true value of a used tractor so you can be sure you're paying a fair price. Appraisals can be expensive, but if you're planning to purchase a $200,000 used tractor, which some are, it may be worth the investment to make sure you're getting a fair deal. Search for the tractor that fits your needs and your budget. Look online or through catalogs to find the tractor that's best suited for the tasks you need done. For example, tractors that are designed to till large fields will be much larger and have a higher price point than something you will use around your acreage for mowing and brush hogging. Identify which type of tractor works best for you before you start looking to purchase a used one or a new one. Knowing what you're looking for will help narrow down your search. Visit an equipment dealership to purchase a used tractor with a warranty or a protection plan. Search online for dealerships near you. Purchase a used tractor from a dealership that comes with a guarantee of quality and includes a warranty or protection plan that will cover the costs of any damage that occurs to the tractor for a period of time. Buying a tractor from a dealership may be more expensive than at an auction or buying straight from the owner, but dealerships can be held accountable if the tractor breaks down suddenly after you buy it. Dealerships will also be able to service and repair your tractor if you need it. Go to farm auctions to inspect and bid on used tractors. Search online or look through newspaper listings for farm auctions near you. Go to the farm auction to view and inspect the tractors that are being sold. When a tractor you want to purchase is up for auction, bid enough money to buy it, but do not bid above your maximum price in your price range. Many auctions will deliver the tractor to your homestead or farm. Farm auctions charge additional fees in order for you to attend and place your bids. Most farm auctions will also have the tractors appraised to find a range that they're worth. And look through classifieds for tractors that are for sale. Check the classified section of your local newspaper for listings from owners who want to sell their used tractors. Go to an online classified website such as Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or eBay. Some people sell tractors on eBay. For used tractor listings over a greater search area. Contact the seller using the information they provide in the listing to view and potentially purchase the tractor from them. Be wary of buying tractors from owners without fully inspecting and testing them first. Online classifieds will often have pictures and additional information that you can use to help narrow down your search. I hope you all enjoyed this video and learned something new. Stony Ridge Farmer also did a video about this like I mentioned earlier, and I'll put the link to his video in the description below. I'll see you all again on Friday. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, and check us out on Facebook at Outdoors with A&T. And we've also got a Patreon page with 3 different membership options, so don't forget to go check that out as well. So, I'll see you all next year. Until next time, bye for now.